And a fast-moving hour number one right here on the Early Line SportsGrid Network. Donnie Rightside and Joe Raineri. Yes, we talked a lot of NFL action. Just got done recapping some of the Major League Baseball highlights from last night. But we got some big Week 3 matchups in college football that we can watch, which includes the SEC. You got Georgia and Tennessee. How about the state of Florida in upheaval? The Miami Hurricanes in the top 5 now, taking on a top 20 ranked USF Bulls squad. Also Texas A&M and Notre Dame, Florida and LSU. We got some things to deal with this weekend, Joe.
We got a ton of things to deal with here. We didn't get a ton of big matchups last week in week 2 because we looked at the top 5 or 6 teams here in the poll, and yeah, they all had cupcakes, but not so much this week. We are back to some battles and some rivalries here. So including the one tonight with NC State and Wake Forest. So it's going to be a very tense week number 3 here in college football.
We are a handicapping network, Joe, so sometimes we like to take a look at those line movements, and let's start with Georgia and Tennessee live on the Rocky Top, 3:30 p.m., the SEC schedule. Love to see it this Saturday. 7.5 is that opening number. FanDuel showing 4.5. The rest of the outlets show 3.5s across the board. A total that started at 50.5 has now dipped to 49.5. Joe, explain to the people out there, why is this line moving in the direction towards Tennessee?
Well, because there's a lot of uncertainty with the offensive line of Georgia, who lost not one but 2 of the mainstays, it looks like, over the last couple of weeks. So that's why we've seen Georgia go from, a touchdown favorite here to now 3.5. And yeah, there's been a lot of big bets, a lot of sharp money coming in on Tennessee, pushing this thing down. Now, normally offensive linemen in college, yes, it's important, but is it going to move the line, Donnie? 3.5, 4 points? No, there is a big push and by the way, Georgia has dominated Tennessee over the last couple of years. This has been a one-sided rivalry. It's been all Georgia. But maybe, just maybe, with Aguilar at quarterback now, maybe, just maybe, Josh Heupel and company, could they get a win at home as a 3.5-point underdog? A lot of people think so.
Ian Maliah was out there watching, like, they better not get that win because I should still be there. They didn't want to pay me money. Yeah. Maybe it was the right choice there for Tennessee to say, you know what? You ain't worth that much money. Head up to UCLA. Yeah, what's UCLA doing? Absolutely nothing here. South Florida, Miami, Florida. That's the place to be here this weekend. A 4:30 start that sees the Miami Hurricanes open as a 15.5-point favorite over the Bulls. Now up to minus 17.5 in this game. The total from 53.5 up to 57.5. Last week you saw South Florida go into Gainesville and pick up a victory over the Florida Gators. Miami cruised with the easy victory over Bethune-Cookman, 45-3. Now these two teams play. 3rd straight week, South Florida is going to be playing a ranked opponent. Miami opened up against Notre Dame with that victory, cruise control last week. But also understand this, Joe. South Florida is ranked. Then they take on the Florida Gators, then the Florida State Seminoles, then the Louisville Cardinal. If Miami can run this gauntlet, the sky could be the limit. But how do we see South Florida and Miami this weekend?
Yeah, well, this is perception reality, and this is turning out to be a big pros versus the Joes game as well, because the public is looking at this game and going, wait a minute. Why are we not giving South Florida any credit here? I mean, they were a 5.5-point home dog against a top 25 team. Boise State won that one. And then they were an 18-point road underdog in Gainesville in the swamp against. They won that one. And now we're going to give them 16, 17 points here with this is absurd. Give me again. No. Their luck the good team much improved. But they are not coming to the Hard Rock here and beating Miami as a 17-point underdog like they did Florida. Yeah, it's tough to wrap your head around a team that's been this competitive, Donnie. But this is where you start zigging and zagging, where everyone going left, you need to go right in this game.
Carson Beck and the boys ready to play, 4:30 p.m. How about Texas A&M and Notre Dame? The luck of the Irish. They've been off for a couple weeks. They're 6.5-point favorites over A&M, Joe.
Yeah, A&M, this has got to make a break for them, too. Not exactly been all that impressive here, but we have seen some Notre Dame money here. It is in Notre Dame. Very tough place to play. Unfortunately for A&M, I do think Notre Dame has enough to be able to get it done in this one.
Who's the AD? Is it still Swarbrick? I don't even know who it is for Notre Dame, but somebody needs to build that guy a statue outside the facility because he put together the dream schedule of all dream schedules for Marcus Freeman at this point. Maybe they win, maybe they lose. Heck, Notre Dame probably have 6 losses this year, making it into the college football playoff. It's just the way it is. Hour number 2 next. The energy stays high.